I used to have a really bad addiction to video games. There were days I would play video games for 6 hours, day after day. I would sit there with shit posture, with sweaty hands, trying to get the W. Oh, let me get this W, trying to get the dub. Yeah, the boys, let's get this W. He's one shot. Stop lying, he was never one shot. My whole life I've played video games. Any mainstream game you can think of, I've played. Minecraft, Red Dead Redemption, GTA 5, Apex Legends, to name a few. If I'm being honest, over my lifetime, and if I put a number on the amount of time I've spent playing video games, it would probably add up to 10,000 hours or more. I started playing video games when I was 7. The first game I remember playing was on a Nokia. I don't remember what it was called, but it was a red ball, and the objective was to finish an obstacle course and make it to the end. Then there were my PSP days where I played Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank. And to put that into perspective, 10,000 hours is 416 days. That's 416 days I've sat with my eyes glued to the screen, shit posture, and sweaty hands. That's more than a year I've played video games, and I'm guessing we're not so different. We tell ourselves the reason why we play video games is to have fun and to let off some steam after a day's work. Let me tell you that is a lie. I remember this one time when I was in my younger and ignorant days. I was playing Red Dead online, and I had the most cancerous experience playing that game. 2 guys out of nowhere started cussing at me, like going off at me for no apparent reason. I was so down bad, I started cursing them back. And to make it worse, I saw a part of myself that disgusted me. I started being racist. I'm not racist, but I was so mad, they got so under my skin, these 2 Asians, that I was being racist. I swear to you, if you meet me in real life, I am not a racist person, but that's the side of you that video games brings out. Video games brings out the worst in you. Obviously they were in the wrong, but I could have been the bigger man and showed them my true strength by not reacting to them. The amount of toxic players I've come across is astonishing. Video games are where the lowest specimens of human being gather together. Imagine a place where low-value men all gather together to make virtual progress. That's video games. Oh, but Elon Musk, he plays video games. Post Malone plays video games. You are not Post Malone, and you sure as hell are no Elon Musk. So you gotta stop comparing yourself to them. That's not an excuse to play video games. Then there's another justification of video games. It's good for your brain. It increases your reaction time. Yeah, so is sport. What is your point? Just listen to yourself. Why do you welcome and accept any idea that justifies your unhealthy obsession with video games? Personally, if you were to ask me, there is not a single benefit to video games, and you can challenge me on that. Name one benefit of video games you can't get anywhere else. Yeah, I play video games to interact with friends. First of all, they are not your friends. I dare you to stop playing video games for a week and see how many of your so-called friends still want to talk to you after that. And how many of them would want to do things with you outside of video games. The bond you have is a shared bond of video games. When you remove that aspect, what is there? That's not what you call a friendship. Are they going to help you when you're $2,000 in debt to some mafia boss that wants to kill you? Are they going to step in and help you? When you play video games, you're competing with a bunch of sweaty nerds. Oh, let's see who gets the most kills. When you could be competing with them financially and physically. You compete with your friends to see who's better in a virtual game. Does a virtual game define your value? If it does, then that is just sad. I wish I stopped playing video games sooner. I wish I did that. Then I would have a head start with the gym, with this YouTube channel, with making money. I would have a head start on life. But no, I wasted all this damn time, 10,000 hours. That's no joke. No one knows how long they're gonna live, but let's imagine you lived for 100 years. 10,000 hours is more than 1% of your whole entire life. That's if you live that long. Imagine you die in your 50s. That's 2% of your life. That's the time of your life that you will never get back. You know these rich people, you know what they care about most? It's not money, it's time. Once you're at a certain level, you realize that there's more things valuable than money and women. The wealthy understand that the most valuable currency is time. Let's go over why video games are so addicting. When you're not making progress in your real life, you feel insecure. No one feels happy of themselves when they're not making progress towards their goals. These video games are designed to take advantage of your desire to make progress. Video games create the illusion that you're making progress. That's why it's so addicting. It abuses the fact that we feel insecure. It creates false value that gets us hooked. They're manipulating you to like video games. You think to yourself, I've already invested so much time and money into this game. There's no point stopping now. You tell yourself you will stop one day, but when will you stop? Once you're 500 pounds and you can't get out of bed? These developers don't give a fuck about you. It's all about the money. Today, they're designing these games to be addicting on purpose, because that's how they make their money. I know a person who's spent hundreds of dollars on a video game, the most stupid looking video game. I'm not even gonna mention the game. Imagine he spent that money to buy books or to get a gym membership. Envision your life if you spent 10,000 hours in the gym, honing your body and sculpting your form instead of allowing your belly to jiggle like a ball of jelly. You would have the form of Hercules among mortals. Imagine if you spent 10,000 hours conversing with women instead of indulging in the mind-numbing pursuit of video games. You would have leveled up your charisma, your charm, and your wit. You could speak like Casanova and win the heart of any woman you're with. Yet here you stand, crippled by the anxiety of approaching a single girl. If I spent 10,000 hours making YouTube videos, my ability to speak would be better, my videos could be better, and our community would be stronger. I don't know anything about selling, but imagine I spent 10,000 hours doing sales. I could sell you a pen right now. And I've always wanted to learn Arabic. If I spent 10,000 hours learning Arabic, I would be a master of the Arabic language. I could sit here and give you example after example. The truth is, we've wasted enough time. I'm done wasting time. I can't imagine playing video games again, knowing that I'll be wasting my life leveling up a video game character when I could be leveling up my real life. Instead of focusing on getting a W in Fortnite, get your ass up and go to the gym. Get a W for your confidence instead. Get W's in your real life. I swear to you on my own life, if you possess the same level of motivation and drive in completing missions in a virtual world, why don't you harness that same level of passion to conquer challenges of your real life? You are a seeker of virtual victories. That's what you are. But you could be much more than that. You focus so much on mastering your character in a game when you could be pursuing self-mastery. Your time is spent perfecting your movement in the realm of pixels on a screen, but you lack the movement of your physical limbs. You strive to get the finest weapons of Spawn when you're oblivious to the fact that the greatest weapon you possess lies within your own mind. lies within your own self. You are your greatest weapon. The one who neglects the cultivation of their mind will be doomed to suffer the consequences of their own choices. Your future self is going to look back at you and spit on you because you allowed it to get out of control. You allowed it to happen. It's only going to get worse from here if you don't decide to make a change. Every day you're allowing this to happen. The difficult reality of this world demands from you a level of determination and perseverance that far surpasses any virtual realm. So arise, my friend, and let not the distractions of this world hinder you from reaching your true potential. Let your passion for success be like a flame that burns bright and never fades away. For only then shall you emerge truly victorious in the game of life.